Hello, Nate Beil with Core Missions coming to you from Honduras. Just wanted to give you a quick update what's been going on in our lives over the last month or so. So many new opportunities for ministry that God's been opening doors for. A quick update about the building that we've been constructing in Villanueva, the new church plant with Pastor Elon, and it's been going great. We just finished the block work, ordered supplies for the roof, and that should be getting done in the next 3 weeks. God willing, within the next 2 months, we're going to be able to start holding services there, and we are so excited for the planting of that new church. At the same time, Pastor Elon's daughter and son-in-law, who have been training with him over the last year and a half or so, are now launching out to plant another church in a town called San Manuel, which is about halfway between where I live and the city of Villanueva, where Pastor Elon is currently pastoring, where the new church is going to be. So now, in the next couple of weeks, in 3 weeks, we're going to see another church that's going to be planted. And so we were able the last couple of weeks to help them find a house to rent and set that up for them to live in, and also begin holding services in the carport. We've seen God move with the local missionary family, the Goins that we work with, their church providing the funds to buy chairs for this new church plant. Some other friends of ours are from the U.S. are buying a PA system for this church. Our family was able to help them buy a stove and a number of other things for their home to be able to get set up in. And so we're just so excited for Daniel and Ceci and their new baby Grace and the starting of the Iglesia Bautista Gracia, the Grace Baptist Church there in San Manuel. So please pray about that. Also, God is opening up another door of ministry in a remote mountain village area about 20 minutes north of where our family lives. And at the base of this mountain, there's a pastor in a church that we're beginning to work with. And he has a desire and has put that desire in us to reach some of these remote mountain villages that do not currently have a gospel preaching church. And so I've begun traveling up to these mountain villages with this Honduran pastor and seeing the need. Some of them are inaccessible by car. You can only hike up them by foot or with a donkey. Others are accessible not by a car, but by a four-wheel drive vehicle. And along that road that you go up this mountain, this 4x4 vehicle, there are a couple villages that we are wanting to eventually see churches planted in. But the first village has a Christian family that this pastor knows, who have graciously donated a plot of land next to their house and given it legally over to the church in their name to build a church building and plant a church there. And so by faith, this Honduran pastor and his small congregation have already begun the process of digging out the foundations and pouring foundations for this new church plant. And it's just exciting to see them going forward for the sake of the gospel. But we're hindered by our access to that area without having a four-wheel drive vehicle. It's about $80 a day to rent a four-wheel drive truck to get up to this village in order to carry men from the church to work, in order to carry supplies, in order to carry supplies for evangelizing the communities up there. And so we've been praying, and we're asking if you would consider coming alongside us for a crucial need to purchase a reliable four-wheel drive vehicle. It's really difficult to buy a vehicle in Honduras without getting scammed, and I won't go into all the details on that, but that can easily happen. So we have a reputable missionary that others that I know have bought vehicles from that has a 2019 Nissan Frontier with only 44,000 miles that he just imported from the U.S. a few months ago, and his ministry needs change where he doesn't need it anymore, and he's got it up for sale. The cost right now, it's a good price for Honduras and for this type of truck, especially one that has just come from the U.S. The price is $19,800. And so our family, we are going to sell our current vehicle that we drive around on a daily basis in order to help facilitate the purchase of this new vehicle. We've never asked for a fundraiser or asked churches to consider helping us with a need like this. We've always just bought older vehicles that we could drive around. That was no problem for us. We don't need anything super nice, but it would be very helpful for the ministry long term to have a vehicle that Lord willing we could keep for many years and can be used for doing ministry up in these mountain areas. There's a number of villages in these mountains near us that do not have a gospel preaching church, and that we have a desire to help see churches planted in some of the most needy areas around us. So we should be able to sell our car for about $6,000, and we will be left with a balance of $13,800. I want to ask if you would consider praying and potentially partnering with us in this great need that we have for the ministry, helping us get this vehicle so that we can continue this current church plant and go to the villages past it with the gospel. Please consider doing that. Thank you so much. We would not be able to be here in Honduras, being a part of these church plants, helping these pastors, if it weren't for churches and families like yours that support us, that partner with us so that we can do this gospel ministry on your behalf. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.